my channel. My name is, what words? My name is Nicole, and I bet y'all did not know this, but I have written 4 books, but you won't know it because you can't buy them. So, spoiler alert, you're not gonna find them in a bookstore because I'm not a bestseller, a New York bestseller. But anyways, I have written 4 books throughout my 12 years in school. I only thought I wrote 2, and I went in my bookcase and realized, oh, I wrote 4. Okay, completely forgot about the other 2. But yeah, so I've written, and I'm gonna try to put them in the order of which I written them. I don't remember. Does it say when I wrote this? No, it doesn't. I have a feeling I know when was what just by looking at my handwriting. But yeah, so I've written 4 books. One is a bit more published and established than the other. Yes, that is me, you guys. Is it gonna stop? Ah, there we go. See, look at that. Look at that face. Look at that face and my pirate hat. Ugh, you can see the wires for my hearing aids for my FM system in school. Anyways, we'll get into that in a moment. But yes, I've written 4 books. And I'm gonna read them all to you, or give you an idea of what they are about. I might read these 2 for sure because they're short, and then kind of give you, oh my god, look at this here. Oh my god, look at her. Oh my goodness. I don't think I was that age. I don't think that was my picture in school. I was not that young when I made this book. I don't know why that picture was used for this book, because I wrote this in middle school and I did not look like that in middle school. If she stops glaring, yeah. Anyways, so, but I've written 4 books. I wrote one about messy meals, and yes, I illustrated. And then I wrote one about my week, Nicole's week. It was, yeah, I don't know how to draw, apparently. I still don't know how to draw. So, and then there's one about my 2nd grade year, and then just one that I completely wrote with my imagination slash being inspired by The Mummy. So let's get into them, shall we? Okay, so we're gonna do Messy Meals first because that was like the first ever book I've ever written. So Messy Meals by Nicole Miller. What? Okay, I had to I was like, what am I saying? Because like my handwriting, if y'all can't, can you guys see that? Can you guys see that? I know it's backwards for you guys, but like, I'm like looking at it and I'm like, what does it say? Figured it out, okay. Pizza on her ears, pizza on her nose, white soft potatoes between her toes. And then I drew a picture of all the things on myself. Yes, okay. Continuing. Pepperoni on her tummy, hot dogs on her nose, squiggly hot spaghetti between her toes. And then again, I was like, for each and every page, like, I was drawing what was like where it was, you know. So like the spaghetti was between my toes or whatever. Pie on her lap, dough on her nose, cold ice cream between her toes. Ooh, that would be so cool. And yeah, you guys can't see very well. I'm so sorry, but oh well. Wow, that's a teeny tiny picture. Bananas on her knees, apples on her nose, gooey pizza sauce between her toes. Oh my god, this picture is so teeny tiny. Like, little Nicole, why did you draw so tiny? This one's tiny too, what the heck? Cheese on her chin, crackers on her nose, hot beef soup between her toes, So first I had something hot between, or something cold between my toes. Now I have something hot between my toes, and just, again, it's teeny tiny, so you guys can't see it very well. Whoa. What a mess Nicole's made. Now everybody, wait, what does it say? What a mess Nicole's made. Now I'm thinking that's supposed to be everyone knows. That's supposed to be everyone, but I put every. That's why I'm confused. I'm like, that sentence does not make any sense. Why didn't my teacher correct me on that? Okay. What a mess Nicole's made. Now everyone knows she loves messy food between her toes. And again, it's teeny tiny. And then I just have like a bunch of other like little pictures. Oh my God. Okay, so guys, in order for this to make sense, as you all know, I'm hard of hearing. I wear hearing aids, as you can tell. Back in the day, when I was this little, I had an FM system where it was like a box that attached to a belt, so it was like around my waist, and then there were cords that were attached to it that were attached to my to the hearing aids that were, I think, part of that FM system, or were they separate? I don't remember. But yeah, so like there was like cords just hanging down and like a box attached to my waist. So for this picture to make any sense, so you guys can't see it very well. I'm gonna like zoom in a little bit if it stops like glaring, but you can see these white cords right here, and like down here you can see my FM system. That would be my FM system back in the day. And then it says about the author. I am Nicole Miller. I am 6. I am in 1st grade. I can read. I like to play outside. I know how to go on the big swing. Yeah, you go, girl. You know how to do that swing. And then it's just a bunch more illustrations. And yeah, and that's my Messy Meals book by Nicole Miller. Okay, so the next book is Nicole's Week. And as you can tell, my illustrations got a little better, but not quite. Does it say in here when I made this? Probably not. I really wish I would have wrote what year I made this in, because I don't know what year I made this in. My handwriting is a little better, so I'm gonna say, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to guess. But anyways, so I don't know what this is supposed to be, but it's something apparently. I don't know if I'm walking on a road or whatever. I don't know. These are my crazy, this is my crazy outfit. You like my outfit that I drew for myself in this picture? It's amazing. I had such style back then. On Monday, I went to Lynn's house and I played with toys in the toy room. Oh, this was, ugh. And you know, there's me and whoever, my sisters, brothers, whatever. There were clothes and toys everywhere. I'm assuming that's supposed to be a pile of stuff. I don't know. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I know that's not a ladder. Or is that supposed to be a wall? I don't know. On Tuesday, I did my homework. I mean, I should hope I did my homework. I mean, and there's me doing my homework. Oh yeah. There were clothes and toys everywhere. Is that supposed to be me and I just didn't make a head? I think I maybe forgot to put a head on this. I'm thinking that's supposed to be a head, and I forgot, or a body, I think it's supposed to be me, and I forgot to put a head on there. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go with the flow. On Wednesday, I went on the computer. Was I on the computer at school or at home? I don't know. Computers. I'm assuming I was at school. Yeah, I was at school, because I don't have that many computers at home. There were computers everywhere! Oh my god! I mean, I would hope there's computers everywhere. It's a computer class. But on Thursday, I was playing in my room. What was I thinking when I was drawing this? Apparently that's my room. I don't know what I was thinking, but whatever. There were toys everywhere. Yeah, there sure were. There were toys everywhere. I can testify to that. That was real. On Friday, I went to Grandma's house. Or no, I went to Grandma Sandy's house. That was my babysitter. Ta-da! There were children everywhere. I mean, can you guys get the idea of what this is about? On Saturday, me, Mom, Dad, and Jeff went to the car show. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. There were cars everywhere. I drew different colored cars. I basically did the rainbow. On Sunday, what should I do next? Plot my revenge for this book. So yes, this was Nicole's week by Nicole. Don't know what year I made this in, but I made it in school. So yeah. Okay, so this next one is about my second year in school, second grade. Love me in my pirate's hat. There you go. See that? See that? I haven't changed much. Yeah, okay. I'm probably not gonna read this whole thing because, you know. Okay. Getting ready for second grade. I felt really glad about second grade. I got ready by practicing math. The last day before starting school, I went to my grandma's house. And there's my illustration. And yes, I still sort of draw that same way. So, yeah. First day of school. When I got to school, I was shy because we talked over the rules and had Mrs. Cluth and Mrs. Williams, and I had fun with her. I liked the lunchroom and the music room. My first day of school was nervous. I'm assuming this is supposed to be my school? I don't know. My teachers, or my teacher. There's no S at the end of it, just, I know. My first and second grade teacher, yes, I had her for 2 years. She was awesome, I loved her. My first and second grade teacher is Mrs. Williams. I like what she wears. I like her earrings. I think that she is wonderful. And so this is me attempting to draw Mrs. Williams in school, or in our classroom, or in the school. I don't know. She looks like she's in a coffin, but oh well. Oh no! I need to be able to see what I'm, okay, there we go. My class and classroom. My class there are 21 kids. There are 9 boys and 12 girls. Sarah and Sadie is special because she does not say naughty words. She is always pretty. She is my best friend. I like to play on the whiteboard. I think my classroom is nice. Oh, excuse me. So, back in the day, I had 2 friends. Their names were Sarah and Sadie. And then eventually, we just grew apart. And then I became friends with other people. And then that didn't end very well. And then in high school, I was a loner. So yeah, I was a loner in high school. Anyways, so I don't know if that's supposed to be me or whoever. I don't know. Anyways, my favorite subject in class. My favorite subject is writing and DOL, spelling and reading, because they are my favorite thing. We have silent reading so I can concentrate. I like spelling because I like it. Okay. I like writing because it is fun. I like writing because I can make a picture? I think that's supposed to be picture. I am very good at reading. I like to read about me. I don't know how I can read about me if I don't have any books about me, but okay. I don't really know what my second grade self was thinking when I wrote this, but okay. And DOL, I don't even remember what DOL stood for, but it was like something with like writing and reading. I don't remember, but yeah. So I put DOL, we are not in the sky. Oh, I think because like there was like blue up here, so I was like, I don't know what I was thinking back then. I was a very weird kid, and I'm still very weird, so, oh. My favorite special class. I like music, still do, because I am a good singer, still am. I am a good girl in music class. Our music teacher is Mrs. Lewandowski, or Lewandowski, one of those two ways. I like her, okay. I like her, she is special. She is pretty. So apparently I put that I like her twice, which doesn't make sense, but whatever. But yeah, she was pretty cool. She was pretty cool. So I'm assuming that's her. I don't know if that's her or if it's supposed to be me. But either way, awesome fashion choice, Nicole. Okay. The funniest thing that happened this year. The funniest thing that happened this year was Mitch telling stories, and they are funny ones. I like to hear them, and some are scary ones, and I scream my head off. And I tell my mom he is silly. A funny joke is, what does the cow say? Cows say moo, not who. Oh, there we go. Oh no, my battery's dying. Let's see if we can finish this book. What I really think about homework, it sucks. But that's not what I put. I really love homework because it is fun. I like spelling words. I like home links. Homework makes you learn. It is fun. Homework was great in second grade. Okay, it may have been great in second grade, Nicole, but it was not great when you got older. And there's me again with my awesome fashion choice. I'm assuming yes, that's a dress. I even wrote next to it, a dress. You can't see it, but that's what it says. Looking back on second grade. When I look back on second grade, I never want to forget Mrs. Williams. I am most proud of myself. I like to draw with markers. I like to do my show and tell. I am a good singer in second grade. Do I look pretty? And then there's me. Do I look pretty? Oh my God. I'm not gonna show this because this was my class in Mrs. Williams, and there's classmates. I don't know if they want to see that. Oh, there's little me. Maybe I'll zoom in on me and just me alone later on. And then I hate cat people to autograph my book. And yeah, and then I'm just gonna do a quick flash. Whoosh. Can't really see very well, but that's okay. I'll zoom in on me later or something and then go from there. Okay, and then there's about the author. Hello, my name is Nicole Miller. I wrote the story when I was in second grade at Sheboygan Falls Elementary in Sheboygan Falls when I was 8. I liked to write about me and read Green Eggs and Ham. I was really good at singing. In my spare time, I enjoyed playing. I really hope that you like my story. And that's about me in 2nd grade. Okay, I have one more book, but I'm gonna change the battery and then we will come right back. Okay, now that I changed the battery, we can continue. I cannot talk anymore, apparently. We can continue with the last book, which is the closest thing to a published book I'm ever going to get. I don't know, maybe in the future Angela and I will write a book together. But this is called The Pharaoh's Daughter. And I'm going to do a disclaimer. There are parts of this that if you've ever seen The Mummy, not the one with Tom Cruise, but the one with Brendan Fraser, it's kind of along the lines of The Mummy, but not quite. There are some names and some objects that are in here from the movie, and then some of it's kind of, it's like Disney meets The Mummy, sort of. Okay, you'll understand what I mean. Okay, so The Pharaoh's Daughter. And also, just so you guys know, some of this stuff will look really nice because my mom helped draw some of these pictures for my thing. So my drawing did not get that much more upgraded. So sorry. Okay. So The Pharaoh's Daughter. There was this pharaoh named Menes and his daughter Anck-su-namun, and they lived in the palace in Egypt. One day, Anck-su-namun was finding something to wear while she was getting dressed. She was daydreaming. She was daydreaming that her father was arranging who she was marrying, and she was wondering if she was going to marry a pretty handsome young warrior, or worse, marry an ugly prince, or even worse, marry her mean, disgusting brother. But she did not want to get married at all. She was only 13 years old. But her mother got married to Menes at that age. Anck-su-namun did not want to think about it and got some fresh air. She took a walk in the garden that is surrounding the palace. She loved it there because it was beautiful and her parents got married there. She sat on a bench that was in the garden. Later on, she went back inside to take a nap, but her brother and slave came in to tell her that their father wants to talk to her, but she told the slave to tell her father that she was going to take a nap. While she took a nap, her father and brother were thinking about ideas for the new building. Her brother had a great idea, but so did her father. So they had an idea that by taking their ideas, they would make a new big building. When Anck-su-namun woke up from her nap, it was dark and she did not know where she was. Okay, so before I continue, I have to show you the picture because I had to continue the sentence before pausing. So, give me the page. Okay, so this is a picture of the garden and Anck-su-namun in the garden. Okay. Continuing. Okay. She became very scared and confused. There were strange sounds coming from somewhere in the room, but she decided not to be afraid and tried to find some sort of weapon to protect herself with. Suddenly, there came a dim glow and the creaking of a door. Someone was coming. The room filled with light as two people with candles came into the room. Anck-su-namun knew where she was and knew she was in trouble. For the person in front of her was Imhotep, one of the suitors that had been turned away by her father because he had different ideas of how to run Egypt. Imhotep swore he would seek revenge and see Menes suffer and be destroyed before he left. Meanwhile, Menes went to tell Anck-su-namun the news of the new building that he and her brother would build. When he got there, she was gone. Menes left the room and went to find one of the slaves to see if anyone had seen her, but no one saw anything unusual. After several hours of searching for Anck-su-namun, a messenger came to Menes' home, but not with a ransom note, but with an invitation to a wedding. As Menes read the note, he was horrified to find out that his daughter was marrying Imhotep. And then there she is in the room that Imhotep is holding her in. Okay. Imhotep was telling Noxedamun his plan that she was going to marry him, and then he would take control of Egypt and bring back the old ways of worship. Wait. Okay, yes. Just making sure, because these pages are thick, so I wanted to make sure we were on the right page. Okay. And Noxedamun tried to reason with him and tell him to let her go because she didn't want anyone to get hurt. But Imhotep just laughed at her and told her that all would happen as he said because no one dared to fight him. People were scared. Imhotep had underestimated Menes. For right at that moment, Menes had slaves out looking for Imhotep, and someone had found where he was staying and had... Well, somebody did not edit that or take care of that properly. Okay, so pausing for the cause. As I'm reading, I noticed there is an error and nobody told me to fix it. And it got published on a page like this. So the sentence says, and it's not going to make sense. He already had the men, oh wait, no. Menes had slaves out looking for Imhotep, and someone had found where he was staying and was reporting back to Menes. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. But we're going to continue. He already had the men dressed for battle and was waiting for the go-ahead. Suddenly, one of the slaves came running in and told Menes where they were. Menes gave the order and the men were on the way. Imhotep had seen that Menes was coming and had prepared a surprise for him. Noxedamun didn't know what to do, but knew she had to do something or else her father and brother could die. So, she snuck away from the guards that were watching her, and she went and found the secret to Imhotep's power. It turned out to be 2 books. One book took power, and the other gave power. So Noxedamun began to read from the book, and suddenly the chamber filled with strange glow, weird things. So I'm going to pause because it's in the middle of a sentence. So this is what the books, or one of the books, looked like. I don't remember which book it is, but it's one of the 2 books. So Noxedamun began to read from the book, and suddenly the chamber filled with strange glow, weird things began to happen. There was a loud scream from outside, and suddenly a darkness came from above, and Imhotep's soul was being carried away by a demon. Menes broke through Imhotep's warriors because they all became scared and ran away. And Noxedamun and her family lived together. One day, Noxedamun got a letter from her father saying that there was a visitor waiting for her. She went downstairs to see who it was, and there was the most handsome young warrior there was. He asked if she would like to go to a feast with him, and she smiled, yes. That afternoon, she found the most beautiful dress you have ever seen. A few minutes later on, he came to pick her up and went to the feast, and they were having a nice time there. Later on, he got everyone's attention, and he asked her to marry him, and she started to cry and smiled and said yes. Later on, they came home and told her father the news, and she smiled and said, I am so happy for you, Noxedamun. The wedding, okay, so before I continue the page for reading, this is the Noxedamun, the letter thing, whatever, thingamajig. Okay, the wedding finally came, and it was so sad that all the women were invited were crying. At the reception, they ate bread, meatballs, ham, spaghetti, veggies, fruit, cookies, and other stuff. Later, it was time to dance and play games and write about the wedding and a scribe was writing that stuff down on paper that they made. The night after the wedding, they had their honeymoon, and she was surprised. A few months later, they had children, and they went to the store and bought presents for their family. When they got home, they ate and went to bed, but later, Noxedamun got kidnapped again. But this time, it was still Imhotep. But he had powerful guards that were big and strong. She asked him, what are you doing? And he told her, I want to marry you. She told him that she was already married and that the warrior is powerful, and he asked, how powerful is he? How powerful, wait. Oh, I'm confusing myself as I'm reading this, okay. She told him that she was already married and that the warrior is powerful, and he asked, how is he powerful? He did not have any powerful books. Then whoosh, the door flew open and the warrior yelled, I have your powerful books. He read some lines that took power from everyone in there, but the only people that did not get attacked were Noxinamun and the warrior. They made it home safe. The slaves packed their stuff and they told everyone that they were leaving to go somewhere else. They got to where they wanted to be and the slaves unpacked and they waved and said that they were still in Egypt and in a different part of it. Only in a different part of it. Okay. So, I'm assuming this is packing. I don't know what this is supposed to be a picture of, but it's a picture of something. The kids got older and got married and had children. They came over to their grandparents and great-grandparents for special traditions. Noxinamun and the warrior's grandchildren were very spoiled, and the whole family protected the two special powerful books every single day and night. Oh yeah. So for any of you who are wondering what those two books were, it was the Book of the Dead and the Book of the Living. And if I remember correctly, the Book of the Living takes life away and the Book of the Dead gives life. Or is it the opposite way? I don't remember. I'm fanning myself with this book because I am warm. I'm sweating. So yeah. So that was my 4 books that I wrote. I am an author. Stay tuned for these books to be published in the future. No, I'm just kidding. So yes, if you guys liked this video and liked my stories, liked my fun pictures from when I was younger, give this video a thumbs up, and also hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you guys get notified whenever I release a new video. And with that being said, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.